Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is Moth Mayasher Alamanaparium. This is Moth, son of Israel, son of Ephraim. And before we get started, I got to give all praises and honors to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Shalom to the Akimagwaf and the Bayim that's tuned to this video. That is peace to the brothers, sisters, and children. It's lucky. Children tuned into this video. Let's hop right into it, man. This is something that you got to understand that how bad do you want it, right? And at the end of the day, we understand that someone's growth, someone being able to stay in the truth, is all up to the Lord, right? The Lord dictates that. Yahweh dictates that, right? But you should spend. You gonna have to fight for this though, right? Sometimes you work a lot, and you have to try to find time to make sure you gotta do what you gotta do for the Lord. Sometimes you're gonna be up late night, studying, reading, to do what you got to do again for the Lord, right? Because you all know the precept, follow the commandments and fear the Lord. That's what duty of man. That fear of the Lord is what's going to drive you to do that, even when the circumstances get hard, right? But let's hop into the precepts. This is the book of Romans, chapter 14, verse 5. One man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. You have to be fully persuaded in your own mind, in your heart, that this is what you want to do. This is not a boys' club. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful brotherhood that you could be a part of, but this isn't a boys' club. You got to want to do this. It makes me think about the football days when I play ball. How bad do you want it? You got to want it bad, man. You got to want it bad. And again, it's a beautiful thing to work for. Something amazing to work for and to fight for. Some people out here are fighting for this nonsense and filthy lucre and fighting for vain stuff. This right here is not vain. There's nothing that anyone could do to take this away. Nothing. This is something worth fighting for. This is something that you have to fight for, and this is something you gotta ask: how bad do you want it? Right. The book of Psalms, chapter 1, verse 2. But his delight is the law of Yahweh, and his law doth he meditate day and night. You should be meditating in his law day and night. And there's different ways to be doing that, right? Again, just thinking about it on your mind when you out and about doing stuff. That's you meditating on the word. That's prayer. That you watch a lesson. That's you doing lessons. That's you preaching. That's what you pushing, right? There's different ways to do it, but it's something that you should be doing day and night. It's something that should be on your mind day and night. That's really what it's saying, right? Keep this in your heart near and dear, because this is something that is worth fighting for. All right. The book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou may observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Doubling down on this should not depart from your mouth. This shouldn't leave your mind. There should be something that you think about. There'll be times where you're going to be walking around and you'll see something like, oh, that's crazy, that's spiritual. This sounds, I like to watch a lot of movies. I watch a movie and I see a trailer for a different movie. I'm like, yo, that's spiritual. That's crazy. It's crazy how that story's going, because that's very spiritual, right? There'll be times where the brothers will send a picture they see 144 outside. They're just walking around about their daily life. That's spiritual. That's that being on your mind, because your eye is acute. Your eye is acute to that. Your eye is seeing that. Your eye is looking because you're in that spiritual mind, because it's on your mind, right? Again, you have to fight for it. You got to make sure you have it, because it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And for the people that understand it, you are truly, truly blessed. To be able to understand it, digest it, and apply it, you are extremely blessed. You got to give all praises. You got to say the water, Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah. The water, Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah, because it's beautiful. You got to say thank you, man. You got to. The book of Isaiah, chapter 62, verse 7. And give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. We aren't supposed to give the Lord no rest. Again, in so many ways. From prayer, thinking on it, pushing, watching lessons, being charitable, making your own lessons. It's so many ways for you to keep this on your mind and meditate and prove that you want it. prove that this is the apple of your eye. There's so many different ways for you to do it. We understand that every man is not called to prophesy, but he should be applying that wisdom he's learning from the other brothers that's prophesying. He should be thinking on the word all the time. He should be. He's just trying to better himself. That's you proving that you want it. That's you meditating it, being on your mind, right? Because we know the precept says our righteousness is filthy rags. That goes for all of us, including me. Our righteousness is filthy rags. We gotta prove ourselves to Yahweh Yahushua. Granted, y'all, Yahweh Yahushua, he knows who we are. He knows who his elect is, but we still have to prove it because we don't know who we are. We don't know if we are the elect. We don't know if we were a certain prophet from back then. We don't know that. So we carry ourselves as if we have to prove ourselves because this is something that we do. We have to prove ourselves to Yahweh Yahushua that we are worthy to be of that part of that marriage feast. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 39. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy, if forbid not to speak with tongues. You should want to prophesy. Now again, we just said it's not in everybody's lot. But if you want to prophesy, if you want to do lessons, if you want to do it, do it. Because if you want to do something, you're going to do it, right? That's just a fact. It's a fact. Sometimes things get hard. Sometimes you got to work around things, and that's real, because it's life. But it's something that you should want to do. It's something that you want to push. It's like when you first, because most brothers, he first heard about the truth, including me. When I first heard about the truth, man, I ran telling everybody. This was when I was like 19. I was just telling everybody, yo, you heard about this? You heard about this? This is crazy, right? Da 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 da. And I had no understanding. I didn't think I'd be where I'm at now, but I'm glad I am. Because I got to like a year before, a couple months before I moved down to Charlotte, and I was like, yo. I used to watch your brother Shamgar Lives all the time, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna die. I'm not doing enough, and it scared that living shit out of me. And I was like, yo, and I met the brother Sakallah. That's one of the first things I said. I'm like, I want to teach, because I was scared. I wanted to prophesy. This is what I wanted to do. I feel like that was my true calling. It's something that you should want to do. You should want to prophesy. You should want to teach. You should want to learn. You should want to be filled. You want to be watered, right? The book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 12. Fight the good fight of faith, and lay hold of the eternal life whereunto you thou art also called, and has professed a good profession before many witnesses. Now we're going to be real. We will give it to you all shot, no chaser. People think that, I heard about the truth, and now I think my life is going to flip upside down. No, I mean flip upside right, I guess right side up. No, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested because the Shaitan sees you making moves that he don't want you to do. And the Lord Yahweh, obviously, the Lord Yahweh is sending Shaitan to do these things because he got to test you. Again, we got to prove ourselves. You got to fight the good fight of faith. Things get hard. I just got off a 12-hour shift, and I knew that last time I went live was on Friday, and it's been bothering me in my spirit that I haven't been able to go. So I was like, man, I'm gonna have to bust out a lesson tonight. And I know tomorrow I got another 12-hour shift. And it's crazy because I'm at work thinking, I'm like, man, I'm very blessed. I get to do what I love. And it's through Yahweh Yahushua. I'm like, the body Yahweh Yahushua. But it's crazy because I see that, and I'm so happy that the Lord has allowed me to do what I love. That I was like, yo, I gotta remember my real purpose of life is to fear the Lord and follow His commandments. And the Lord has brought me to prophesy, so I got to make sure I do my job, and I have to prove myself. And I think I can't lose I can't lose eyesight on that. That's the focus right. That's focus right there. That's the main focus. I was like, it was in my spirit. I'm like, I had to do a lesson. I got to make sure I do a lesson. I got to. It gets hard. I'm tired of shit, but I got to make sure I do it. And it's the same thing for other people. So when I tell these lessons too, don't think I'm just talking at you. A lot of times I'm talking to myself as well. I got to prove myself. You have to prove yourself. You got to show how bad you want it. You got to show your faith to Yahweh Yahushua. It's the book of Luke chapter 9 verse 23. And he said to them all, if any man come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Again, doubling down that, we do have the one precept, like we have the brothers, essentially what the brothers are saying, like they're going to be around to be able to help carry your cross, but you gotta be able to carry your own cross as well. No, the brothers will help you carry your burdens. But you again, you see right here, take up his cross daily and follow me. We're gonna have to carry it. We're gonna have to fight our own burdens as well and still do what we're called to do. It gets hard. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "No, it's cool." No, we unfortunately we're still in captivity. We still got bills we gotta pay. We got a lot of things we gotta take care of. But don't lose what's the main focus. Keep the main thing, which is follow the commandments and fear the Lord, right? And that fear should drive you to do this. Again, make sure that you prove that you want it. Prove that you're worthy of having this wisdom and this understanding, right? That's what we need to be doing, and don't forget that. The book Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 verse 17, for at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline until she may trust his soul, and try her by her laws. You gotta prove it. How bad do you want it? When you get moved to a low state, understand that this is a part of the walk. And you should also understand that you're blessed that the Lord views you as worthy to be tested. You gotta keep pushing, because if you have understanding, it's a beautiful thing, man. You're not lost. You know what's going on. You're not getting sidetracked for different things. You understand what's going on. So don't forget that. Just remember what's the main thing, right? And why we're doing what we're supposed to do, what we're doing. For Yahweh Yahushai to help gather the elect. For Yashar Allah, we can go home and be kings and princesses again. So it could be righteousness all over the world again. This is why we're doing what we're doing, right? We're doing what we're doing because the Lord said this is the whole duty of man. Don't forget that. The book of Proverbs chapter 8 verse 11, for wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared unto it. This is the utmost riches. This is beautiful. There's nothing that you could. It says right there, there's nothing that you could compare to it. Whatever you want, it doesn't compare. Whatever you think is amazing, it doesn't compare. So prove that you're worthy to have this. Give thanks to Yahweh Yahushua. Continuously ask for more wisdom. Continually do the work that you got to do so you can grow. Right? If you're called to preach, continue to push. You know? You got to prove it. But also remember how beautiful this is. And that should help you honestly go harder. What do you say? Go hard on the paint. For real. The book of Mark, chapter 10, verse 30. But he shall receive 100-fold now in this time, houses and brethren and sisters and mothers and children and lands, the persecutions and the world to come, eternal life. So understanding that you've been blessed to have this understanding. You prove to Yahweh Yahushai that you're worthy of this understanding, right? We do our job, our duty, right? As in to push this word and praise Yahweh Yahushai, to follow the commandments to the best of your abilities, right? To fear the Lord, right? You do these things. You fight through these hard times to prove yourself to Yahweh Yahushai. And this was going to come to you 100-fold. 100-fold. All you could want. You know, the Lord Yahweh is not a man that shall lie. We just got to do our part. We got to do our part and prove how bad do you want it. I don't know, this lesson was motivating, exhorting to the brothers, the Akim and the Akim, wa Akawath, wa Banyan. You know, we gotta give all praises and honors and my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Shalom to the Akim Agwath and the Bayan that tuned to this video. That's peace to the brothers, sisters, and children that tuned to this video. Shalom.